Wake Technical Community College, the largest in North Carolina, looking to expand, as we hear from Rob Conant.
The new campus site would be built in Apex and used to relocate business and university transfer programs. It would also include a new business resource center and a workforce development center. The main reason for an expansion? Nearly 22,000 students enrolled at Wake Tech just this fall. Its largest enrollment since before the pandemic. They're looking to get the green light in November. I'm Rob Conant.
The former finance director for Spring Lake in Cumberland County, Gay Tucker, pleading guilty Wednesday to embezzling more than $500,000 from taxpayers between 2016 and 2021. Spring Lake Mayor Kia Anthony condemned the crimes.
The findings in the report demand that those responsible be severely punished for their wrongdoings and that the board puts in place measures designed to prevent its reoccurrence.
3 people were hospitalized after a Charlotte bus driver hit a school bus head-on. It happened Wednesday morning. The bus was on its way to Myers Park High School while no students were injured. One person did suffer life-threatening injuries. This eyewitness told WSOC-TV.
Certainly a nasty crash. I mean, if you look, the city bus is all torn up. The school bus has some pretty significant damage to it.
Investigators say the city bus driver had a medical emergency while driving and swerved, crossing lanes and hitting the school bus. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
We are going to see a very warm Thursday with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s this afternoon, rivaling records in some spots. We'll see mostly sunny skies before a few isolated showers and storms work their way in late this afternoon and evening. Most of the day will be dry, but there is that chance here this afternoon. Mostly clear for us tonight with overnight lows falling into the mid-50s by tomorrow morning. And then we'll see a fall-like day tomorrow with highs in the low 70s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area is clear and 68 degrees, humidity 93%, 2.66, winds calm, pressure 3018, solar radiation at 0 watts per square meter. It's 7:15. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this, what is this, Thursday morning already. And top of the news this morning, Highway 705 in Eagle Springs was shut down for several hours on Wednesday after a truck transporting a load of pipes overturned. The crash happened at a sharp curve on Charles Road. First responders were called to the scene shortly after 9 a.m. Authorities tell Sand Hill Sentinel the driver lost control of his truck at the curb. Then the load shifted and caused the truck to overturn. The driver was not injured during the crash. The highway was shut down from Highway 211 to Ben Salem Church Road while crews cleared the scene. At least 2 tow truck companies were called to assist in the cleanup. Troopers say the driver will be cited with failure to maintain lane control. And Tuesday, the Moore County Commissioners heard a report concerning updates to Moore County's infrastructure and election security. Moore County has a solid cybersecurity system and is on the right track. This was the North Carolina National Guard report, which conducted the security analysis earlier this year. And there's never been a successful attack on North Carolina voting machines, according to Chris Butts, Moore County Information Technology Director. Under the state law, all voting machines in North Carolina must use paper ballots to allow a paper trail. All voting machines used in North Carolina are certified and tested by federal and state election officials. After every election and before the next election, the machines are certified. Audits are committed to looking for signs of tampering, ballot box stuffing, or other malicious acts. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And, of course, you can go to sandhillsentinel.com anytime for more information. It's 7:18. Sports is next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541. or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
And I think for the purposes of Town Hall,
and 8 of them are playing against each other on Saturday. There are showdowns in the Pac-12, ACC, and Big Ten this week, plus Duke versus Kansas. The basketball powerhouses are both 3-0 heading into one of the most interesting games of the week. The Yankees get 3 home runs, but none were from Aaron Judge, who is pursuing number 61. Judge said that the added spotlight of aiming for the AL single-season home run record hasn't affected his game and how he approaches at-bats.
The Yankee Stadium gets rowdy, so it's been rowdy these past couple days, and this is just how it is. So I just try to treat it just like any other series, any other game, and any other.
I'm here. I just happen to be wearing the Raising Cane's hat and shirt. No, Raising Cane's is my partner on daddy-daughter trip, and they've been real great supporters. I love Raising Cane's. Look at these guys. These are movies that I made when I had a lot more hair. Right now on eBay, you go and you sell it and get $8. You take care. Bye.
When they tied the game, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. The walk-off game winner by Veerley was the first of his major league career. He finished with 5 hits in the win.
Definitely found some holes tonight. Didn't hit all the balls hard, but they found them. But yeah, no, I'm happy for the team, happy we got the win, happy that I could contribute to the win.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homered for Toronto. Michael Luongo, Philadelphia.
And Dayton Moore was fired from his role atop the baseball operations department for the Kansas City Royals on Wednesday. He led the team for 16 years, winning 2 American League pennants and a World Series. He made the unusual decision to come to the ballpark after his firing, addressing media and saying goodbye to players, coaches, trainers, clubhouse attendants, and even the staff working the parking lot. You're listening to NCN Sports.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Small business owners are a cornerstone of our state's economy and are
I was getting ready to go to my 3rd job.
Urban and suburban communities. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of the small businesses lining main streets from Murphy to Manio and everywhere in between.
Autumn is simply another name for fall.
Leaders from across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org.
The Guardians trounced their chief rival in the division race, Dave Ferry reports.
The Guardians reduced their magic number for clinching the AL Central to 7 by winning for the 7th time in 8 games. 8-2 versus the 2nd-place White Sox. Tristan McKenzie struck out 13 over 8 innings, allowing 2 runs and 6 hits. Guardians catcher Austin Hedges says he had a pretty easy night behind the plate.
I didn't even call a game. I just clicked buttons and he just dominated.
Rookie Stephen Kwan smacked a solo homer among his 3 hits and scored twice to help Cleveland improve to 82-67. Kwan leads all Major League rookies with 40 multi-hit games. Josh Naylor hit his 19th home run, a 2-run shot in the 7th. I'm Dave Ferry.
Tonight, the Yankees play Boston at 7:15, and in the National Football League, Thursday night football, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. That game starts at 8:15. I'm Nate Saunders, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Politician Sherry Beasley admits that Washington has made things worse.
I know how Washington has failed families here in North Carolina.
But it's Sherry Beasley who's failed us by backing Washington's liberal schemes. Beasley supported Biden's tax hikes on almost every income group, even families making less than $10,000. Beasley backed higher taxes that'll make middle-class families pay more. Beasley's also cashing in from Washington's special interests, claiming she wouldn't take corporate PAC money, while raking in over $1 million from PACs, lawyers, and lobbyists. Sherry Beasley is bankrolled by Washington insiders because they know she backs Washington's liberal taxing and spending, costing working families when they can least afford it. We have to stop phony, greedy politician Sherry Beasley. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
John Cole's Plumbing Professionals has been voted best plumbing company for the third year in a row. And they'd like to sincerely thank each and every person who voted. They'd also like to renew the promise of exceptional customer service, quality workmanship at a fair, on-the-level price. That's the winning formula at John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
War Dogs, Army.
Let's use our third finger, our right finger on our left hand, and place that on our first string. Once again, that's the string closest to your feet. 1, 2, here we go. It sounds neat.
With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday. Diligent about watching your weight every single day. Despite how well you watch your weight, the one barrier that's always standing in your way is the belly fat you just can't seem to get rid of. Despite your best efforts, it's always there. Well, now there is a way to get your body to release the fat stored in those belly or thigh fat cells. It's the Ultra Slim Fat Melting Method, a non-invasive, non-surgical body sculpting treatment. This is a light therapy treatment, and the best part is you're guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your waist, hip, or thighs in a 32-minute treatment. I know it works because I've done it. What have you got to lose besides those 2 stubborn inches? Dr. Sharon Wright with Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes can give you all the details. Why not set up an appointment by calling her at 673-2225. That's 673-2225 and tell her Steve sent you. And finally say goodbye to your stubborn belly fat.
I got a morning wash, I do my serum, I do my day cream, and I'm done. I'm out the door. And then at night, I do my little wash. I am committed to the wash. I do my serum, and I do the night cream. Done. Done.
28 years of experience in superior residential and commercial roofing. New roof, re-roof, and repair. We stand behind our work with a product and craftsmanship warranty. Call 910-757-0505 today for a free estimate or visit our website at eliteroofingnc.com. That's 910-757-0505.
Serving Moore County since 1960 and continuously owned since then by the Barker family, Aberdeen Exterminating's goal has not changed since that first day.
I have a wonderful nanny, but I don't have a full-time nanny because
dependable services at a fair price. Services include termite inspections and treatments, household pest control, flea and tick control, yard treatments, mosquito control, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, real estate inspections, installing moisture barriers, bed bug treatments, and more. Pests are a part of life in the South, especially termites. That's something you can depend on, so choose a service company you can depend on. Call Aberdeen Exterminating for a free inspection. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
Family owned for almost 70 years, Wilkinson Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac in Sanford is proud to serve the community they are a part of. Being involved with nearly 40 different local organizations, Wilkinson Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac wants to invite you to come see just how easy it is to purchase your next vehicle. So call them today at 919-775-3421 or visit them online at wilkinsoncars.com. We are professional grade.
Gibb and Jess here from Sandhills Trailer Sales, formerly Dobie Trailer. We sell trailers. We're located at 438 White Hill Road in Sanford off of US 1 and 15501, where we sell trailers. Whether you need an enclosed, gooseneck, ATV, or equipment trailer, we have them all. We are veteran-owned, so stop by and see us or call us today at 919-776-9624. Sandhills Trailer Sales for all your trailer needs.
And did I mention we sell trailers?
Saturday, October 1st, there is only one place to be, the North Carolina Rural Heritage Center in Laurinburg for the Scotland County Highland Games. Watch competition in traditional Scottish athletic events and enjoy the unique sound of Scottish piping and drumming. Cost to the games is only $15 for adults and $5 for children. Discount advance tickets are on sale at games-tickets.com. And come to downtown Laurinburg on Friday night, September 30th for a free street festival celebrating the games. For more information, visit CarolinaHighlandGames.com.
Don't have a family member in the insurance business? Call us first. First Casualty Insurance Group. We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies and can provide you with the right insurance at a cost that makes sense. Let's have a look. We'll do a top-to-bottom review and it won't cost you a cent. Your place or ours, there's no obligation. Get the coverage you need at a price that makes sense. Just call 910-692-8303. For over 30 years, our customers know where insurance is concerned, you should always think first. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Can any of you name a job in Moore County that pays $141,000 and change a year? A job that also offers $57,670 extra in state and local supplements? A job in which not only do you not have to be successful, but you may also be a complete and total failure. A job in which no matter how lousy your job performance might be, when you're retired, you're honored. Superintendent of schools in Moore County, do you realize we can buy a mannequin from JCPenney's, prop it up in a chair, pay the mannequin nothing, and get the same, maybe even better results? We also have a school principal who, according to salary.com, makes $103,000 a year. That same principal was honored as Principal of the Year. Oh, and for 2 years has presided over a school that's rated F. The school's grade was 34 this year. I know you get tired of hearing about this. I feel like a guy who's knocking on doors, bugging you, saying, your house is on fire, do something. And the people inside are yelling, okay, we got it. The house is burning down. Now leave us alone. In an election like this one that's so extremely important, please fix our schools, and the only way to do so is to vote for Benway, Bruno, and Davis. Benway, Bruno, and Davis. This truly is the most important election of my long life. I hope that every one of you has a wonderful day from the Zumwalt Zone.
We are tracking a cold front that's going to bring some big-time weather changes for us as we head throughout the rest of this week. Still going to be very hot, though, for us today with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s with a few isolated showers and storms this afternoon and evening. Most of the day will be dry, but that chance works its way in at late afternoon and evening. Mostly clear for us tonight with mid-50s for overnight lows, and then we will be fall-like heading into Friday with temperatures in the low 70s with sunshine. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at Talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is National Singles Day.
Celebrate the single life and to recognize all that singles contribute to society.
You're single.
That's right. National Singles Day. Are you single?
Single.
Single life makes me sick. It's National Singles Day. Why are you single?
I really enjoy my freedom, so.
Well, that sounds a bit lonely.
That sounds awfully lonely.
No, I love it.
Single? How are you still single?
That day, for me, is every day.
It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Oh, man. Good morning, Moore County. Nice morning out there. So if you've got your kids out and you're up and at 'em, had your first cup of coffee, don't forget to get outside and take a walk because, like we always say, outside is better than inside. Take some time, read through a couple of conservative websites so that you can get a really good idea what we were put through with this fake, faux pandemic and the face masks and the shots and all this other garbage that was foisted upon us. You know, our kids lost a year, 2 years of school in some cases. And our government at the state, local, and federal level had really put it to us. So, yeah, you need to get out there and read up on the various studies that are, coming out now and saying, hey, you know what, the masks were useless, and the best one was the CDC coming out and saying ivermectin actually works. Interesting. After all the libs, laughed at it and called it the horse paste and all these other lies. So you need to wake up because the election is coming, and everybody needs to get out and really pay back these people for what they did to us.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's happening right now at our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Any of those will get you to the right place. Top middle of the page is where the video link is. In the upper right-hand corner of every page is the audio link to our broadcast signal. Just go there where it says on the air, listen live. Click it once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area, well, it's definitely going to be some nice weather coming this way in a very short order. Let's see. Partly cloudy today as the front comes through. May see an isolated shower, just 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. High around 97, though. Yeah. And the dew points will be in the mid-60s today. But tonight, things start to clear up. Hey, we'll be clear. Low of 56, and tomorrow, fall has arrived, at least for the time being. Because we all know between now and mid-October, we're going to have some more hot days. But hopefully not, but wouldn't put money on it. Sunny for Friday, perfect. High of 72 and dew points down in the 50s. Saturday, dew points down in the 40s with a high of 77. And Sunday, we got dew points down in the 30s. Wow. Now, one thing can mess all this up is that stupid hurricane rolling around down there in the Gulf, or will be. So we'll keep our eye on that for you. Right now, around the Sandhills, winds are calm, pressure 18, dew point 65, humidity 97%, solar radiation at 7 watts per square meter. It's sunny and 68 degrees currently here at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. All righty, it is 7:37. Let's see here. Let me stop that. And let's delve into, let's see. No, I'm going to do Twitter first. Senator Ted Cruz says Biden's border policy leads to modern-day human slavery. Texas Governor Greg Abbott bused more than 11,000 migrants to sanctuary cities from New York, Chicago, and Washington since the project began in April. Well, good for him.
Well, like we said, we've talked about that for several years now. I remember saying, hey, send these people and drop them off and just pull up with a bus and say, hey, go knock on that clown's door, Barbara Streisand. That's the other place they need to start, is hitting these celebrities that sit there and support all this garbage. Not just, it starts with Joe Biden, starts with whatever. They got Martha's Vineyard. That's fine. Lots of celebrities up there, but they need to keep pressing and just pull up with a bus and say, hey, yeah, that's Barbara Streisand's house. Go knock on her door. She'll take care of you. And
give them T-shirts say, Barbara, take us in, and stand in front of her gate.
Yeah, continue it and keep sending them up to Martha's Vineyard. They sue, federal lawsuit and all that, but you know what? I think it's already come out. Didn't I see an article that DeSantis was smart enough to have his people to get waivers and statements from the people saying, yeah, we go voluntarily. Yeah, we want to go to Martha's Vineyard.
At least releases him from the liability.
Yeah, exactly. So, they're not that dumb. Hey, who wants to go up here? Raise your hand, sign this paper, and go. Keep doing it. And then the other thing was on Chris Plant's show yesterday, following your regular show here, he had a caller that came in and said, hey, you know what? Every bus, every plane load should have 53 illegal aliens on it to represent the 53 illegal aliens that died in the back of that truck in that sheriff's county. Apparently is in that, the sheriff who's trying to investigate DeSantis. That apparently was his county where that happened. I don't know if that's true or not. But, 53 people on a bus, that's comfortable. And, every bus should have 53 people in it.
I agree. All right, sound bites this morning. Well, let me finish the other. Voters are focused on crime and the economy. This is according to Ronna McDaniel, who is the chairwoman for the GOP party. Democrats are focusing on distracting. In fact, Ronna highlights how out of touch Joe Biden and the Democrats are. So we were clever enough to get this little soundbite for you. Let's get, come on. Damn it, Windows. Get so tired of them.
I'm trying to attack half of the country, and I think it backfired on him. Actually, after he gave that speech, we started to see...
Let me roll it back and let you hear it all.
I don't think it is working. I think Biden tried that with his Death Star speech, his doom and gloom, trying to attack half of the country, and I think it backfired on him. Actually, after he gave that speech, we started to see independents and polls start shifting our way. So I think voters are absolutely focused on crime and the economy. Democrats are focused on distracting. They don't want the American people reminded that they hold the balance of power, that they are responsible for these policies that are making lives harder and more expensive. And Republicans are winning on these issues, and we're going to keep hammering it home till Election Day.
All right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All you got to do is go buy some groceries and understand that a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you weren't spending anywhere near the same amount of money to buy those same groceries. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that hurts. And then, oh, by the way, fill your car up to go drive, to go pick up those groceries. Even worse.
Well, as we have heard by now, the U.S. Federal Reserve hiked benchmark interest rates by 75 basis points for a third straight time this year. Fed Chair Jerome, well, let me just put it this way. You sat there and saw how inflation just fired up like that. And how did it do it? By the rising gas prices. What was Joe Biden's first stroke with his pen when he became president? To shut down pipelines. And they've shut down many more since then and have stifled the industry in this country to produce enough gas to meet our oil products to meet our needs. Because everything you look around yourself, there's so much oil plastic in your room, it isn't funny.
No, virtually anything is it's got an oil or petroleum basis to it. Doesn't matter. It if it's cotton, all the vehicles, the farmers go out there, they have to plant the thing, they have to maintain the thing, then they have to run their machines to pick it up, and all that's oil-based. And that's all there is to it. That stuff is not going to run on solar energy at any time. It's never going, one of those combines or whatever, and the power required is not going to work with solar energy. Not as we currently have it. So that's just all there is to it.
He sliced down the oil supply and cut off fracking on federal lands and other stupid things that did nothing to save the environment. It just got into your pocketbook. And that's when prices started to rise, because everybody's got to transport their product to and from somewhere, and for the most part. And that started adding to the price of goods and services. Well, that meant inflation went up and up. And plus, we had all those government programs that were slamming money in there. But I think it was mostly the oil. And keeping that in mind, if we would go back to our policies of producing our own oil right here, prices will follow as you supply more, the price will come down, and so will inflation, because it will follow the oil. It always does.
Well, the sad thing is, even if tomorrow we ended up with a Republican president, Republican Congress, it's not a matter of just turning these pipelines back on, because once they're turned off, then we go into the litigation phase of trying to get them reestablished and turned back on. And it's going to take quite a bit of time to get back to what we had.
Well, in the meantime, Fed Chair Jerome keeps upping interest rates. What are they at now, 4.5 or something like that?
I don't know.
Soon to be 5 1/4.
It's a lot.
But regardless, he's following the old Paul Volcker way of doing things, and that is, he'll say it all fancy like, so you don't really hear it. But what he's doing is raising interest rates to throw your ass out of work. It's just that simple. He wants to slow the economy enough so people quit borrowing, people quit buying homes at the pace they've been buying, and just lost my train of thought, Colonel.
Well, no, that's the thing. New home buying or new home building, drives. That's a huge driver in the economy. And
home builders build the recession first. They get the first relief on it, but that's not the way to do it. By throwing people out of work, by crushing our economy down to a stop, and he wants to see unemployment rise. That's part of the success he's got to achieve. Whereas if we get the price of oil coming down, that will have a quicker effect on everything we do. And some things can be started right back up. There were one additional pipeline from the refineries that was shut down by dummy in the White House. And then you have areas where he shut down pipelines, and now we're trucking it and railing it to where it's got to go.
Yeah, much less safe method of transportation.
Yeah, more expensive.
For all that stuff. And the other thing is the attack on our infrastructure here. If you're not paying attention, oil refineries are under attack. There's another fire. I don't know if it was a bombing. You'll never find out exactly what the problem was, but food processing plants apparently are a target. Oil processing refineries are targeted, and to make matters worse, these oil refineries haven't been updated and haven't been allowed to rebuild and implement new technologies for years and years and years. Because of the lawfare, because of the legal challenges to it. So like I said, even if tomorrow things changed, it's going to take quite a while to update, get these things reopened, and through the court system challenges that are to come.
Well, like I said before, this method of raising interest rates to throw people out of work and break businesses' backs is not the method they should be taking. But that's what they're taking, just as sure as I'm sitting here, and he's just as sure as he said it yesterday. That's exactly what they're looking to do. And he calls it labor and participation report. It's called unemployment. So we got to get off of that, get on to what does bring down inflation. That's encouraging business to crank it up, encouraging lenders to lend so that we have the grease out there to get inflation down. But they won't do it because they're stupid.
No, they're not stupid. They have an exact plan to kill the middle class, and that's exactly what they're implementing.
Yeah, Paul Volcker tried this crap back during his under Carter and Reagan, and he squeezed federal. That's one thing I didn't like about Reagan. He reappointed that nut job, but he ran interest rates up to 21.5%. Unemployment was right there close to 10%. And this is not how you fix an economy, by destroying people's economic and social life, by taking everything they got away from them, letting the market pressures do it for you. That's no way to treat Americans, if you ask me, when there's a much better way to do it. And if they don't know how to do it, call me. I'll tell you how to get it done. It's not rocket science. But Volcker destroyed more lives in this country, either destroyed the business, destroyed threw people on unemployment, than all the wars combined, man. He just killed them all. I saw business after business after business collapse, and people go unemployed, and it was quite often you heard people say, well, I got my walking papers today. And that's what we don't need anymore. All right, let's lighten it up a tad and get the best of the late night Munich boys and see with their expensive writers, can they make the Colonel laugh?
Guys, I heard that YouTube's dislike and not interested buttons don't actually stop the platform from showing you similar content. Yeah, they're basically the elevator door close buttons of the internet.
A man in Kentucky recently set a Guinness World Record after driving a mile in reverse in just over 75 seconds. He then smartly refused the breathalyzer.
Hey guys, I read that American Airlines just announced hackers access the personal information of some of their customers. But you can look at it this way. When they use your credit card, you still get miles.
According to a new survey, 3% of Americans said that they have waited in a line for over 8 hours. Well, we're still not opening a second register, said CVS.
No good, huh?
Well, you know, it's stupid. Sometimes you go in a store and there's one register and no registers open, and you know, you get to search around to find somebody. They're back there counting pencils or something, and you're trying to move on, and yeah, it's a little frustrating.
Got one station in the area that does this thing called Today's Impossible Question. And they're starting it up where they'll give them prizes if they can call in and answer, and people call in. Well, the question's not impossible. It's impossible like it says. But I can give you the answer right now, and then you can use it on him. About 20% of the food you bought last year, 20% of the food you bought the last time you went to the grocery store has something specific in common. What? Or is it wasted or thrown away? Okay, that was the answer. It was wasted and thrown away. 20% of the food you bought last time at the grocery store, according to numbers, say you wasted it or threw it away.
Well, I don't know. Be a lot less of that here in the near future. You'll be eating that moldy bread, and thankfully you got it.
Or that rotting banana. All righty. Let's pull back up to the funny stuff. A grown man on a conference call at his home totally lost it when he noticed a squirrel was in the room with him. He grabs a baseball bat near his Tiffany's poster that he uses to try and shoo the squirrel away, and while freaking out, he started to climb on top of his desk. But here's the soundtrack.
And I think for the purposes of town hall,
yeah, it's a little bit of an overreaction. It's
there
just
we
a
call
squirrel,
it.
dude. It's
He's
not
a
bear.
wussy. Lightweight. Just go there and open the friggin' door. The squirrel will go.
That's why you should have a handgun around. Idiot. That was a sarcastic remark.
Yeah.
No, that man should never be in possession of a firearm.
Hell, he couldn't manage a bat.
What a moron.
And the squirrel's not going to let you hit it, so just open the door, let him out. He will, the front door or side door or kitchen door, open him up, and he will find his way outside.
Sounds like a prank. Somebody put it in there. He probably has a phobia about, rats or something, and somebody thought it'd be funny to throw that in.
Well, we had a squirrel in here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
When it climbed through the vent, did it?
Probably. Why is Rob Snyder working at the drive-thru at a Phoenix Raising Cane restaurant yesterday? Well, he'll tell you why. Then hear him signing some of his memorabilia for fans driving through.
I'm here. I just happen to be wearing the Raising Cane's hat and shirt. No, Raising Cane's is my partner on daddy-daughter trip, and they've been real great supporters. I love Raising Cane's. Look at these, guys. These are movies that I made when I had a lot more hair. Right now on eBay, you go and you sell it and get $8. You take care. Bye.
Yeah, he has a new movie called Daddy-Daughter Trip coming out next week in limited release. It was filmed in Phoenix. He also gave customers free tickets to the premiere.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I don't know. I couldn't name one of his movies. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just never watched
Bruce Gigolo.
Nah. No, doesn't ring any bells.
That was one where he was asked to babysit a home or apartment for a guy, and this guy was all refined and kind of Middle Eastern, and he says, by the way, Rob says, what do you do for a living? And he goes, women pay me to get them pleasure. And he says, how'd you get that job?
Okay. Well, no, never saw it, and I'm not sure. He used to be on Saturday Night Live years ago, right? Yeah, that's where he got his start. Yeah, I never watched it. I don't think I've watched Saturday Night Live since the 70s, and no, don't remember any of his movies. Won't be watching the one you just mentioned.
A good news story for you this morning. A Colorado woman who lost her diamond engagement ring was reunited with it weeks later when an employee at a bar found it. The ring was very important since it was given to her by her fiancé shortly before he died. Here is the bar employee who found the lost ring, Dude Oglin, and the woman who lost it, Raquel Aiken, talking about this amazing story.
I was getting ready to go to my third job. Going to my car, and I just happened to look down. Temptations was to go pawn it or to find a jeweler, tell me more about it. But really, my faith told me just to hold on to it and just wait and listen.
We've been together 10 years and had waited 10 years to get engaged.
And when they were talking about her losing a ring, I was like, all right.
There was the ring, and I, immediately was in tears. I couldn't believe it. Definitely kind of reconnected me again with my fiance. It just restores my faith in good people.
10-year engagement. Okay.
Yeah. Today is officially the first day of fall. It starts at 9:02 tonight. Here are some stats and facts about it to celebrate.
Autumn is simply another name for fall.
Here are 5 facts about fall that will make you sound smart. Number 1.
Fall is caused by the Earth's tilt, not the distance from the sun.
Number 2.
Weight gain in the fall may not be from all the food, but from lack of vitamin D.
Number 3.
Fall colors are caused by the amount of sugar in the leaves.
Number 4.
Birds spend most of the fall migrating.
And number 5.
Children born in the fall are statistically better students and live longer.
Welcome to fall. Smarty Pants.
Okay. Another thing about the Earth tilt that it brings about fall. We're actually further away, closer to the sun in winter than we are in summer. But we get a lot more light in summer because of the tilt, and it builds up. We get hot, and then it starts trailing down. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock. Currently, we have 68 degrees here in the Sandhills. Your news, sports, and weather starts now, and we'll be back on the backside of it.
We are tracking a cold front that's going to bring some big-time weather changes for us as we head throughout the rest of this week. Still going to be very hot, though, for us today with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s with a few isolated showers and storms this afternoon and evening. Most of the day will be dry, but that chance works its way in at late afternoon and evening. Mostly clear for us tonight with mid-50s for overnight lows, and then we will be fall-like heading into Friday with temperatures in the low 70s with sunshine. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Britain is giving a green light to a technology that helped the U.S. win energy independence under then-President Trump. The UK government, led by newly minted Prime Minister Liz Truss, is lifting a 2019 ban on fracking. Here's BBC's Theo Leggett.
Whatever gas does ultimately get extracted from any fracking wells in this country will be sold unless the rules have changed a lot at international prices, so would be unlikely to have any effect on what people pay long term either. What it does do, in theory at least, is boost energy security a little bit, provides more domestic sources of energy. But there's an awful lot of uncertainty here. We simply don't know how much recoverable gas is underground in this country.
But they'll find out, and Europe is dreading what could be a long, cold winter due to the loss of Russian energy supplies. In a bid to fight the fires of inflation,
the Fed has lifted its benchmark interest rate to the highest level since 2008, between 3% and 3.25%. And that should push up borrowing costs, or it will push up borrowing costs for things like mortgages, auto loans, business loans. And the Fed hopes that by raising the cost of borrowing, it will slow spending and therefore slow the economy a bit, and then that will bring down inflation.
Hopefully without deepening the recession. That's correspondent Chris Rugeber reporting. Ukrainian President Zelensky in a virtual address to the UN urging world leaders to tighten the screws on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. Amid setbacks, Vladimir Putin is calling up reservists to join the fight, and that has triggered demonstrations, over 1,000 arrests all across Russia. Watching Wall Street, the Dow futures down 14 points. NASDAQ futures off 45. S&P futures 9 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Dennis Prager here to share a product that can help keep everyone more healthy, Cofix RX. Most of us know that viruses of all types are a part of life. What we don't always know are the right products that could be protecting us. So I'd like to tell you about Cofix RX and its doctor-approved secret ingredient. As a safety measure, many doctors and nurses have been using iodine to swab their noses for decades. Iodine has been in use since 1811, and 96% of us are iodine deficient. Using Cofix RX antiviral nasal spray with povidone iodine is a smart way to stay healthy. Cofix RX is made right here in the USA. It's simple to use. You spray it up your nose, and the iodine destroys germs and pathogens where they multiply in the nasal cavity. Check out CofixRx.com. That's COFIXRX.com for a retailer near you, or use the coupon code Prager for 20% off at CofixRx.com.
A former high-ranking Chinese official who spearheaded several anti-corruption campaigns sentenced to death for a bribery conviction.
Former Chinese Justice Minister Fu Zhenghua and 3 former police chiefs are not only accused of corruption, but also of being disloyal to the country's leader, Xi Jinping. What's more, they're all said to have been part of a political clique, which included former senior security official Sun Lijun, who's yet to be sentenced. Yesterday, the former police chiefs received prison sentences. This purge of senior figures comes in the weeks before the twice-a-decade Communist Party Congress, which will usher in a historic third term in power for Xi Jinping.
The BBC's Stephen McDonald. Clashes between Iranian security forces and protesters angry over the death of a 22-year-old woman in police custody have killed at least 9 people since the violence erupted over the weekend. News and analysis, townhall.com. The House passes an overhaul of the Electoral College count, moving to avert another January 6th crisis.
The House on Wednesday took the first major step to respond to the January 6, 2021 assault on the Capitol, voting mostly along party lines to overhaul the 135-year-old Electoral Count Act. It cleared a divided House, passing on a 229 to 203 vote. All but 9 Republicans opposed the measure. Oklahoma Republican Representative Tom Cole called it, quote, another attempt to federalize elections at the expense of states. Other Republicans accused Democrats of rushing the legislation to the floor without review by the appropriate committees or engaging Republicans. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Hurricane Fiona has left families stranded all across Puerto Rico. After shattering roads and bridges, authorities are still struggling to reach people 4 days after the storm slammed the U.S. territory. It unleashed historic flooding and mudslides. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back, one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
I am Virginia Saunders. I had the honor to serve as Moore County Commissioner for 9 years. I know Moore County. Moore County is my home. I fully support Phil Vandercook for Moore County Commissioner. He is a veteran of 32 years of service. He is a strong, conservative leader who will bring experience and energy to our Board of Commissioners. We need young people to handle the growth and change that we are seeing and needing in our county. Phil Vandercook is running as an unaffiliated. He is not driven by a political party or ideology. Phil's campaign is to serve all residents of Moore County. Vote for people, not politics. Vote for Phil Vandercook.
Look for Vandercook on the ballot for the future of Moore County. Paid for by Veterans for More.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
Hello, North Carolina. Dick Heller here. You might recognize that name from the Supreme Court case D.C. v. Heller. I'm not moving to North Carolina yet because if I did, I couldn't keep suing Washington, D.C. But if I was to move, the first thing I would do is get my concealed carry permit, and I'd take my class from beararms.com. I've worked with them in the past. I expect to work with them again soon, and I hope you would too.
Thanks, Dick. Steve Bozick here. Classes are filling up fast. Go to BAREARMS.com to reserve your seat today.
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years, and they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back and picked it up and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
NCN News. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. Over the past week, multiple North Carolina schools in multiple districts have had to deal with bomb threats, which have disrupted classes for thousands of students. Retired Judge Richard Bonner telling Queen City News.
For the laughs that you might get out of doing it, the cost is pretty high.
Making a threat in North Carolina, even a hoax, is considered a Class H felony. Hurricane Fiona is churning up the Atlantic as a Category 4 storm. WCBS TV meteorologist Craig Allen says there's another system in the Atlantic as well.
Tropical Storm Gaston is way out in the Atlantic right now, headed towards the Azores, very close to the Azores, as a matter of fact, about 375 miles from the Central Islands. Maximum winds are about 65 miles per hour, and it looks like Gaston is moving at about 17 miles per hour right towards the islands and will make impact as we go through the day today and into tonight. And then there are some weather maps that are indicating that it may actually do a loop and turn around and head back out into the Atlantic.
The town of Spring Lake's former finance directors pleaded guilty to embezzlement, as we hear from Nate Saunders.
Officials say 64-year-old Gay Cameron Tucker embezzled over $500,000 of the town's funds between 2016 and 2021 for her personal use by forging signatures of town officials such as the mayor and town manager. The checks were made payable to herself to cover personal expenses. Tucker was arrested in June and could face up to 12 years in prison. I'm Nate Saunders.
Cold cases will be the sole focus of a new unit in the Hoke County Sheriff's Office. Captain Stephen Blakely telling WNCN.
We're not suffering so much as far as personnel and position-wise now, but it came to there was a void that needed to be filled.
You're listening to NCN News.
Small business owners are a cornerstone of our state's economy and are essential to the fabric of our rural, urban, and suburban communities. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of the small businesses lining main streets from Murphy to Manteo and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled hundreds of entrepreneurs, advocates, and community leaders from across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org.
Did you know the world's largest natural habitat zoo is your North Carolina Zoo? Located just south of Asheboro, make this the fall you explore everything your North Carolina Zoo offers. Feed the giraffes at Acacia Station Giraffe Deck. Enjoy a farm-to-table southern meal at Billy D's. Or tour the 40-acre Watani Grasslands habitat aboard their open-air Zoofari vehicle. Open 7 days a week. Plan your next zoo adventure at nczoo.org. That's nczoo.org.
Over 260 guns were exchanged for gift cards in Raleigh in August, and almost 300 were turned in during a buyback event with the Durham County Sheriff's Office. Public Law and Government Professor at UNC School of Government, Jeff Welty, tells WTVD those events don't help hurting communities.
In terms of kind of reducing the criminal elements' access to guns, I think it's a pretty small effect, unfortunately.
He said people who participate in gun buybacks are owners of unwanted guns, not criminals for the most part. Political activist Virginia Thomas plans to talk to the January 6th investigators.
I'm Tom Foti. According to her attorney, Ginny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, has agreed to a voluntary interview with the House panel investigating the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol.
The reason they want to talk to her is because she was very visibly involved in trying to get people around the White House to take a stand to say that this had been a stolen election.
Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson, now at Loyola Law. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
The President's Cup slated to start at Quill Hollow Country Club in Charlotte today. An event like this offers a massive economic boom for the Queen City. Perry's Grill and Tavern opened 6 months ago. It's about a 5-minute drive away. Tyler Steele, their president, tells WBTV they're gearing up for a big weekend.
You know, still trying to build awareness throughout the neighborhood. Really excited about having some new people that haven't tried our restaurant come over.
The 2019 NBA All-Star Weekend held at Spectrum Arena in Charlotte had an estimated impact of $87.7 million, including $48.7 million in direct visitor spending. The International League Championship is on the line over the next week, and the Durham Bulls continue to lead the Eastern Division of that league by a game and a half. All the other North Carolina teams are out of contention. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
We are going to see a very warm Thursday with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s this afternoon, rivaling records in some spots. We'll see mostly sunny skies before a few isolated showers and storms work their way in late this afternoon and evening. Most of the day will be dry, but there is that chance here this afternoon. Mostly clear for us tonight, with overnight lows falling into the mid-50s by tomorrow morning. And then we'll see a fall-like day tomorrow with highs in the low 70s. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we have sunny skies, 68 degrees. Humidity 92%, dew point 65. Winds calm, gusting to 1. Pressure 30-18. Solar radiation up to 21 watts per square meter. It is 8:15. Let's take a quick look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. Highway 705 in Eagle Springs was shut down for several hours on Wednesday after a truck transporting a load of pipes overturned. The crash happened at a sharp curve at Charles Road. First responders were called to the scene shortly after 9 in the morning. Authorities tell Sand Hills Sentinel that the driver lost control of his truck at the curve. The load shifted and caused the truck to overturn. The driver was not injured during the crash. The highway was shut down from Highway 211 to Bensalem Church Road while crews cleared the scene. At least 2 tow trucks companies were called to assist in the cleanup. Troopers say the driver will be cited for failure to maintain lane control. And Tuesday, the Moore County Commissioners heard a report concerning updates to Moore County infrastructure and election security. Moore County has a solid cybersecurity system and is on the right track. This was the North Carolina National Guard report, which conducted a security analysis earlier this year. But there's never been a successful attack on North Carolina voting machines, according to Chris Butts, Moore County's Information Technology Director. Under state law, all voting machines in North Carolina must use paper ballots to allow a paper trail. All voting machines used in North Carolina before the elections are certified, audits, and committed to looking for signs of tampering, ballots, box stuffing, and other malicious acts. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Nate Saunders. After 3 weeks, there are 33 unbeaten teams left in major college football, and 8 of them are playing against each other on Saturday. There are showdowns in the Pac-12, ACC, and Big Ten this week, plus Duke versus Kansas. The basketball powerhouses are both 3-0 heading into one of the most interesting games of the week. The Yankees get 3 home runs, but none were from Aaron Judge, who is pursuing number 61. Judge said that the added spotlight of aiming for the AL single-season home run record hasn't affected his game and how he approaches at-bats.
Yankee Stadium gets rowdy, so it's been rowdy these past couple of days, and this is just how it is. So I just try to treat it just like any other series, any other game, and any other moment. So I'll try to get too big in any moment.
Last night, the Yankees trounced the Pirates 14-2. The Phillies beat the Blue Jays in extra innings. Correspondent Michael Luongo reports.
Matt Villey struck an RBI single in the bottom of the 10th inning to give the Phillies a come-from-behind 4-3 win over the Blue Jays. Philadelphia trailed 3-0 when they tied the game, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. The walk-off game winner by Villey was the first of his major league career. He finished with 5 hits in the win.
Definitely found some holes tonight. Didn't hit all the balls hard, but they found them. But yeah, no, I'm happy for the team, happy we got the win, happy that I could contribute to the win.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homered for Toronto. Michael Luongo, Philadelphia.
And Dayton Moore was fired from his role atop the baseball operations department for the Kansas City Royals on Wednesday. He led the team for 16 years, winning 2 American League pennants and a World Series. He made the unusual decision to come to the ballpark after his firing, addressing media and saying goodbye to players, coaches, trainers, clubhouse attendants, and even the staff working the parking lot. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Hey, Roval's back. You know, that 17-turn nail-biting elimination race in NASCAR's playoffs, the one with all the surprise finishes and last-lap passes. Yep, that's the one. The one with the killer concerts and parties. Oh, and the fan zone. Insane. There's racing, and then there's Roval. Experience it for yourself. Bank of America Roval 400, Sunday, October 9th. Get your tickets at charlottemotorspeedway.com.
Did you know, along with keeping their local communities powered, Public Power line workers are part of a mutual aid network spanning the state and country? Public Power crews help their neighbors when natural disasters damage electric systems. And that mutual aid network is one of the reasons Public Power has the highest reliability rating among energy providers, forming a camaraderie among line workers that's second to none. Interested in joining Public Power? Learn more about careers at electricities.com.
The Guardians trounced their chief rival in the division race, Dave Ferry reports.
The Guardians reduced their magic number for clinching the AL Central to 7 by winning for the 7th time in 8 games. 8-2 versus the second-place White Sox. Tristan McKenzie struck out 13 over 8 innings, allowing 2 runs and 6 hits. Guardians catcher Austin Hedges says he had a pretty easy night behind the plate.
I didn't even call a game. I just clicked buttons, and he just dominated.
Rookie Stephen Kwan smacked a solo homer among his 3 hits and scored twice to help Cleveland improve to 82-67. Kwan leads all Major League rookies with 40 multi-hit games. Josh Naylor hit his 19th home run, a 2-run shot in the 7th. I'm Dave Ferry.
Tonight, the Yankees play Boston at 7:15, and in the National Football League, Thursday night football, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. That game starts at 8:15. I'm Nate Saunders, NCN Sports.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Politician Sherry Beasley admits that Washington has made things worse.
I know how Washington has failed families here in North Carolina.
But it's Sherry Beasley who's failed us by backing Washington's liberal schemes. Beasley supported Biden's tax hikes on almost every income group, even families making less than $10,000. Beasley backed higher taxes that'll make middle-class families pay more. Beasley's also cashing in from Washington special interests, claiming she wouldn't take corporate PAC money, while raking in over $1 million from PACs, lawyers, and lobbyists. Sherry Beasley is bankrolled by Washington insiders because they know she backs Washington's liberal taxing and spending, costing working families when they can least afford it. We have to stop phony, greedy politician Sherry Beasley. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
The Beatles Tribute Band comes to Cooper Ford September 30th, outdoors in Carthage on Highway 15501. Open at 6 and tickets are $32 at the door, and the band plays at 7. Students 13 to 17, $12, and food trucks on site. Go online for tickets and enter Vision, the number 4, MOORE.com. The benefit to a more free charitable clinic. The Beatles Tribute Band, September 30th, outdoors at Cooper Ford on Highway 15501 in Carthage.
So you had a whole house generator installed, so that when the power goes out, the power comes right back on. Or it's supposed to. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can make sure it is ready to go when needed with a biannual 35-point inspection, 24-hour service, and much, much more. Maintenance by Carolina Power and Generators equals peace of mind. For more details, visit GeneracNC.com and power up. Or call 910-241-4677. That's 910-241-4677. Garage door broken? If it is, your home is not as safe as it could be. Call Superior Overhead Doors today. Whether you need repairs or full replacement, you can count on us. With over 20 years of experience, no job is too big. Active duty military receive $20 off repairs and $50 off installation. So call Superior Overhead Doors today at 910-992-6227 or visit us online at superioroverheaddoorsllc.com for a free estimate.
Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center and enjoy your famous wood fire pizzas and the Brick's Wood Fire wings in several flavors. New menu items and fresh food is made daily. A fun place for family and friends. Dine in or sit on the outdoor patio. So jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza, Kohl's and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Southern Pines. Brick's Wood Fire Pizza is open every day at 11 a.m.
You can jump into the fire.
Gibb and Jess here from Sandhills Trailer Sales, formerly Dobie Trailer. We sell
trailers.
We're located at 438 White Hill Road in Sanford off of US 1 and 15501, where we sell
trailers.
Whether you need an enclosed, gooseneck, ATV, or equipment trailer, we have them all. We are veteran-owned, so stop by and see us or call us today at 919-776-9624. Sandhills Trailer Sales for all your trailer needs.
And did I mention we sell trailers?
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Can any of you name a job in Moore County that pays $141,000 and change a year? A job that also offers $57,670 extra in state and local supplements? A job in which not only do you not have to be successful, but you may also be a complete and total failure. A job in which no matter how lousy your job performance might be, when you're retired, you're honored. I do. The superintendent of schools in Moore County. Do you realize we could buy a mannequin from J.C. Penney's, prop it up in a chair, pay the mannequin nothing, and get the same, maybe even better results? We also have a school principal who, according to salary.com, makes $103,000 a year. That same principal was honored as Principal of the Year. Oh, and for 2 years has presided over a school that's rated F. The school's grade was 34 this year. I know you get tired of hearing about this. I feel like a guy who's knocking on doors, bugging you, saying, your house is on fire, do something. And the people inside are yelling, Okay, we got it. The house is burning down. Now leave us alone. In an election like this one that's so extremely important, please fix our schools, and the only way to do so is to vote for Benway, Bruno, and Davis. Benway, Bruno, and Davis. This truly is the most important election of my long life. I hope that every one of you has a wonderful day. From the Zoom Wall Zone.
We are tracking a cold front that's going to bring some big-time weather changes for us as we head throughout the rest of this week. Still going to be very hot, though, for us today with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s with a few isolated showers and storms this afternoon and evening. Most of the day will be dry, but that chance works its way in at late afternoon and evening. Mostly clear for us tonight with mid-50s for overnight lows, and then we will be fall-like heading into Friday with temperatures in the low 70s with sunshine. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is National Singles Day.
Celebrate the single life and to recognize all that singles contribute to society.
You're single.
That's right. National Singles Day. Are you single?
Single.
Single life makes me sick.
It's National Singles Day.
Why are you single?
I really enjoy my freedom, so.
Well, that sounds a bit lonely.
That sounds awfully lonely.
No, I love it.
Single. How are you still single?
That day, for me, is every day.
It's showtime.
Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Time to get up and at 'em. Kids are off to school, and you're sitting around the house listening to the radio, maybe taking a walk and listening, etc. But you know what you really need to do is start paying attention, digging down deep into the various elections, various races throughout the county, the state, and the federal, and start paying attention and seeing who's doing what to whom. And that'll drive you to make some decisions on these very important races here across the board. So listen up and get out there and talk to these people and ask them some hard questions. Don't just sit here and say, hey, boy, that guy's a Republican, I'm voting for him. That guy's a Democrat, I'm voting for him. That's not the way to approach this. You got to get in there and ask some questions and find out what exactly these people are trying to do to you. You know, if you're just Happy Jack sitting there, randomly listening to various things, you're not getting what you need to know to make that decision on that ballot. So get up and get at them. Pay attention.
Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's up and running at our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the home page is where the video link's located. In the upper right-hand corner of every page has another link that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once, and you're listening that quick to our broadcast signal. Weather for us today here in the Sandbag. You don't need tune in. In fact, tune in's gotten to the point that it tries to upsell you the whole time you're on the line, and you kind of lose track of where the free line is. So screw them. You won't want us. Just come straight to us and click that upper right-hand corner, and you'll have us. All right, weather-wise for today, well, it's going to be the last hot day for a while anyway. If you've ever lived here for quite a while, you'll know what I'm saying, that sometimes you get kind of a back and forth between the hot and the cold, hot and the cold. And eventually by mid-October, it quits oscillating. But for today, partly cloudy, isolated showers, 30% chance of getting wet, high of 97. Then tonight, mostly clear as fall rolls in, low of 56. Friday, we'll have low humidity, 2 points in the 40s. Sunny skies, high of 72. Doesn't get any better. For Saturday, mostly sunny, still low humidity, like 30. The dew points will be in the 30s. High of 77 on Saturday, and Sunday mostly sunny with a high of 85. Monday, 81. Still sunny and low humidity. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are, let's see here, north at 2, gusting to 2, pressure 3018. Solar radiation 43 watts per square meter, dew point 65, humidity 88%. It is sunny and 69 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:34, 34 past the hour. Let's see here. Let's finish up this before we go to that. What the hell happened to my... I don't get it, Colonel.
If you don't, I certainly don't.
I can get it back, but I don't know why it went away. All right. Today's show is brought to you by, let's find out.
Show is brought to you by EVs, electric vehicles. Trust us. There's nothing better for the environment than a dead 1,000-pound lead battery.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, people are starting to wake up. Again, I talked about the elections coming, and people need to get in there individually and figure out what's going on. But you also need to start reading up about a wide variety of things. And these electric vehicles and the harm that ultimately is done to our environment through the mining, etc., and the eventual disposal of these batteries and all this other green energy garbage that they're foisting off on us is just tremendous. And little kids in school learn this, you have to be green, you have to have a battery, otherwise you're polluting. Well, you need to stop that. And I know there's teachers out there that have addressed that with their various classrooms, and make sure that young students in grammar school in the early years understand that this is not all just goodness and light as is being portrayed in all these TV shows, et cetera, et cetera. There's a dark side to all this green garbage that's being foisted off on us, and we need to get that with into the grammar schools so that kids understand where all this stuff comes from and how it's produced and what the impacts are. And it starts at home, and it starts with you with this election coming up and putting some decent people on this school board that aren't going to sit there and foist lies, present lies to the kids in school, and all the other garbage that they're just laying off in this school, and they're doing everything but teaching, educating our children. So pay attention, people. You got to get out there. You know, you're going to be hammering it. You're going to hear it for the next month and a half. Bruno and Davis and Benway, you know, they're the conservative types that aren't going to buy off on all this garbage and just turn your backs on. What were those sexually explicit? Not tests, but some kind of.
Talking about CRT.
No, they were having all these sexually explicit surveys and things.
I call it porn.
Well, that's what it was. CRT, of course, is another lie that's being foisted upon America in general, and specifically our students. It is a lie. They want to sit there. This individual idiot that wrote that thing wants to lead you to believe that white man ran across Africa gathering up black man to bring back over here slaves, and it's a lie. Black people sold black people into slavery. Yeah, white people bought them, but their own brothers there in Africa were the ones, other tribes.
They rounded them up, put them in cages,
and brought them to the coast where white traders in the boats bought and sold them. And so it's a lie. You know, slavery has always been here. It's even here today. China has over 100, over a million people held in slavery, producing your iPhones, producing your Air Jordans, producing what other junk that what's his name, James, that basketball player, all this garbage. So slavery is a problem. It's always been a problem since man began. He's always put somebody in bondage, and we're still doing it today. Hey, Thomas Sowell has written several good books on it, given a history of slavery, etc. Recommend you go pick one up and give it to your kid. They also have some YouTube videos where they take excerpts from those books and talk about slavery and the lie that is CRT, this critical race theory garbage. It's a lie. Go out there and wake up, open your eyes, and read a little bit.
All right. Well, I think the Colonel handled all the headline news, but as we ask daily, what about the not headline news?
This is not headline news. Today is the first day of fall, and the signs are everywhere. Like Nick Cannon announced he's a father again. Oh, sorry, that's a sign it's a day of the week. Drew Barrymore says her mom let her smoke weed at age 9. Got you beat. My kid was born on smack, said Courtney Love. The opening of the George Lucas Museum of Narrative Art has been pushed back. Apparently, Disney needed some extra time to totally ruin it. And Whitesnake singer David Coverdale is 71 today. These days, Here I Go Again isn't just a song to him. It's what he says in the middle of the night when he has to keep using the can. This is not headline news.
So, Barrymore was smoking dope when she was 9 years old. That's child abuse. I'm sorry.
She was also drinking.
Yeah, if you're sitting around letting your kid at age 9, not even a teenager, still brain still forming, et cetera, and you're allowing that kid to use drugs, boy, you're in criminal land there. That's just atrocious.
Well, all passengers on a flight to Hawaii were given ukulele and a lesson thanks to Guitar Center. Here are the passengers learning to do the song, Hello, Aloha, How Are You?
On the teaser's third finger, our right finger on our left hand, and place that on our first string. Once again, that's the string closest to your feet. 1, 2, here we go. It sounds C.
But before they got off that plane, these guys were good. Judge for yourself. See?
Okay.
All on a ukulele. All righty. Let's see. Anything else I got to get there? All right, guys. If you want to have if you want to look like Brad Pitt, now you can, sort of. Brad is launching a new skincare line that contains antioxidants made with grapes from his Chateau Miraval winery. He says he was inspired by his ex-girlfriend, Gwyneth Paltrow, and her Goop empire. It's called La Domaine. Brad's pleased to tell us more about it.
I got a morning wash, I do my serum, I do my day cream, and I'm done. I'm out the door. And then at night, I do my little wash. I am committed to the wash. I do my serum, and I do the night cream. Done. Done.
Okay, we're done with you. Meanwhile, Katy Perry could have a full-time nanny, but when she was recently on the Smartless podcast with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett, she explained why she thinks it's important to participate.
I have a wonderful nanny, but I don't have a full-time nanny because I feel like if I had a full-time nanny, then I would never be able to know how to, like, care for my daughter.
Right.
Like I'm meant to. And so therefore, any day I get off, I'm just, like, in mom mode. Like, yes, I'm doing mom mode today, and my sister tapped in to do some Play-Doh while we're having a little chat. We're, like, super blessed, and I'm so grateful, but I also, you know, like, want to participate.
Well, good for her.
Yeah. All right, some things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. You can add Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin to the list of Republicans interested in running for president in 2024. Ted Cruz is doing a 17-state fall tour to put his face out in front of people. On the Democratic side, California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's in if President Biden decides not to run again. Well, that should be a given, shouldn't it?
Well, it's not Biden's decision. Somebody will make it for him. I don't know who that is, but Biden clearly isn't competent enough to make that decision.
Did you see him yesterday when he got through with his UN speech?
Yeah.
He couldn't find his way off the podium.
He's
goes over to the left side and just kind of looks lost and like, what do I do now?
He's just a tired old man. He needs to be in care, constant care.
That was embarrassing. Bad news for America. ABC has renewed Jimmy Kimmel Live for 3 more years.
They want to waste their money. It's up to them.
Don't count on me to watch it. Paris Hilton is offering a reward for the safe return of Diamond Baby, her pet Chihuahua. That's been missing for several weeks now. She has even hired a pet detective and have people searching the area around her home with drones. There were 26.2 million average TV viewers in the UK for the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. The TV audience is one of the UK's biggest, albeit smaller than the 32.3 million people who tuned in as England won the World Cup in 1996. I should say 1966. Doctors say that quarterback Dak Prescott, the one with the Cowboys, could return to the Dallas Cowboys in 6 to 8 weeks. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is saying in as little as 2. We'll see who's right.
Yeah, Dr. Jones. Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh. Well, he broke his thumb, so he's not going to be back in 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I mean, for most people, yeah.
He break it or fracture it?
Yeah, he broke his throwing thumb, the thumb on his throwing hand. He's not going to be back in 2 weeks.
Unless he's ambidextrous.
You got to be able to grip that football to make that tight throw, and I don't think so.
Let's see. We now know that the first 3 guest hosts will be on the upcoming season of Saturday Night Live for the season debut of October 1. None of them you know. Let's see. 1 year after Mark Harmon left NCIS, his name has finally been removed from the opening credits. Isn't that special?
Well, TV shows, who cares who didn't? I don't know that I've ever paid attention to credits on anything I've ever watched. So, yeah, all right, big deal.
All right, time for Thursday's hard trivia. Colonel last week tore this thing up. Got just about everyone right. Let's see if he can do it this week. What did Stevie Ray Vaughan name his most beloved guitar?
Who in the hell is Stevie Ray Vaughan?
I'll go ahead and give you the answer. Jimbo.
Jimbo. Right.
David Crosby says, who is the best singer of all time?
Bing Crosby.
Well, that'd be a logical answer. He picked Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She can sing.
Let's see. Where was Tupac Shakur born?
I don't know. Detroit.
East Harlem, New York.
Okay.
Where was serial killer Ted Bundy captured?
He was captured in Florida somewhere.
He was. Yeah. Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola? Yeah. All right.
Electric workers in Mexico City find the remains of what?
I saw that. I just kind of looked right on past it. I didn't really care, so I don't know.
They found the Great Pyramids of some Mexican name in the middle of the city.
Yeah, okay, great. More Great Pyramids. It is interesting, though, that all these, the Incas, the Aztecs, and, all these great civilizations rivaled anything you have anywhere else in the world. It is interesting. So, from that aspect. But I don't know what they found. I mean, that stuff down there all through Central America, I mean, it's everywhere. I'm not sure you could dig a hole and not find something.
What happened to Charlie Chaplin's remains?
Charlie Chaplin's remains? I have no clue. Isn't he buried? I thought he was buried out in Hollywood somewhere.
Well, they were stolen from Cassures-sur-Vevey, Switzerland.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
The TV soap opera Dallas, which was one of my favorites at the time, debuted on what TV network?
No clue. I never watched one episode of Dallas.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yes, I do.
Same network as Carol Burnett.
CBS.
And Mary Tyler Moore.
I don't know.
It was CBS.
Yeah.
The U.S. Senate votes 68-32 to what? To do what with the Panama Canal?
Sell it.
December 31st, 1999. To give the Panamanians control.
Yeah.
Kind of like we did, the UK did Hong Kong. Who sang this song in 1985? I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through.
No clue.
Madonna. like a virgin.
Oh, well, good for her.
Who sang this song in 1985? Welcome to your life's There's No Turning Back.
Man, I don't know.
Stevie Wonder. Do you know the song?
Nope.
Part-Time Lover?
Nope.
Who sang? Let's get off the music. The 5 most popular TV shows from 86 to 87. The Cosby Show, NBC. Well, I was supposed to let you name them.
Oh, well, yeah, from 1987, I was busy, and there was no television in my house in 1987. Sorry. Tell you.
Family Ties, Cheers, Murder, She Wrote, and The Golden Girls.
Murder, She Wrote, and The Golden Girls? Okay.
Which advertising slogan was launched by Nike in 1988?
Nike in 1988. Again, I was busy, so I don't know.
Just do it.
Just do it. All right, well, good for them. I was overseas in the 80s, so we didn't have, it isn't like today where you just hook up your internet and get television. You didn't have it.
What photographic device was introduced to the world in 1986?
1986, a photographic device?
Mm-hmm.
86. I don't know.
I would guess a Polaroid, but that would be wrong.
Polaroid was way earlier than that. Oh, a VCR.
No, the Fuji Quick Snap, the world's first disposable camera.
All right, well, good for them.
You take a roll of film, turn it over to the kiosk, and you get back pictures. How long did it take Erno Rubik, the inventor of the Rubik's Cube, to solve his own invention?
I hope not very long. I don't know. He probably never solved it. I have no clue.
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Now you can do a diagram on. They have the solution of what you move and when, and you can get it in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, well, I've seen videos of these guys doing it. I solved it one time, when it first came out. I don't know. I didn't take 20 seconds. I know that it took me a while, but I got it. Lost interest. Don't care after that.
Which infamous ship, which sank in 1912, was found in 1985?
It's the Titanic.
That's right.
It's not infamous ship.
That's what it says here.
Well, I mean, it was an infamous movie, but not an infamous ship.
Which country were the Backstreet Boys from?
The Backstreet Boys? Which city or which country?
Country.
Oh, well, then they weren't U.S. I guess they're probably from Britain or something.
They were U.S.
Oh, they were U.S.? Why are they asking that? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christine Aguilera were all part of which TV club in the 90s?
TV club? Oh, they were probably Mouseketeers or something.
That's right, the Mickey Mouse Club.
Okay, that's the only thing I could think of.
My Heart Will Go On was sung by Celine Dion, but on which film did the song appear?
Film? I don't know. Titanic. Oh, okay. Well, since I've never watched Titanic, then that explains why I don't know that it was in there.
How well you know the Spice Girls?
Mm-mm. I know there's one of them married a soccer player.
True or false, the United States was a member of the League of Nations?
No.
No, it was not. All right, true or false, the United States President John F. Kennedy was assassinated during his presidential motorcade in Atlanta, Georgia on November 22nd, 1963. And I know you know this one.
No, it was Dallas.
That's right. What year was the United States Declaration of Independence signed?
Oh. The Declaration?
The Declaration
of Independence.
Not the Constitution.
Yeah, it was, 1776.
That's right.
Yeah, all right, okay. I went immediately to the Constitution.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
What was the bloodiest single-day battle during the American Civil War?
Single-day battle?
Yeah.
Antietam.
That's right. You know anything about that war?
Not much.
We killed each other.
Not as much as some. I'll tell you. I know a guy can tell you. He will read a book and he'll say, nope. You know, they'll say such and such a battery was commanded by so-and-so. They say, nope, that guy was on leave during the battle in Louisville, Kentucky or something, and he was not present. I mean, this guy's just something else. I don't have that level of detail. There are guys out there that just, will read that stuff and retain it all, and I can't do that.
Yeah. Something, it's kind of like those guys on TV quiz shows, real smart game shows. Channel 5 has one, and how they come up with the answer so quick. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's not me. Sorry, can't do it.
All righty, so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. In the meantime, be sure to support the advertisers you hear on WEEB. They're the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. And if you're a business and you're not advertising, well, I guess you don't plan on being around long. Come over and see us, because our advertisers get great results. And that's why they stay on with us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the dog park.